guys, so I'm here today with another Valentine's Day look. Today's look is more subtle, more natural, but still like super pretty and like girly and feminine and like Valentine's Day-ish. So I have my PJs, my onesie, heart onesie on. I felt like it was just appropriate, you know? I ended up like layering a bunch of different like pink shimmer shadows. If you're doing something just more like low-key, staying in, like going, having a staycation, or just staying home and having a date at home, I figured that the individual lashes would just go like way better with this look. Very minimal eye shadow, and when you're not doing like eyeliner or anything like too dramatic, it just enhances your lashes and it looks really natural and pretty. You do not feel like you're wearing false lashes when you wear the individuals. And this hair is like straight out the shower. I just left it natural today just to kind of go with the natural look. So I hope you guys enjoy, and if you want to see how I got this look, just go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so time to adjust myself here and just start obviously with the bare face. And my hair is just up in a bun after the shower, so I'll put it down in a little while. So I always start with moisturizing my face, and I always use the JOSIE MARAN Argan Oil. This is awesome for a dry skin. It literally has like changed my life, no doubt about it. So I have been using it kind of like a primer lately. Like even if I used it earlier in the day, I just use a tiny bit, and always make sure to kind of massage it outwards and not like scrunch your face all over the place. I always forget, so just make sure to go out and up. And then I used this BoxyCharm Liquid Glow with TEMPTU. I got it in a BoxyCharm like last year, and I love using this under foundations. I think it does like do a little something for me. And yeah, so my hair was just like annoying me. You'll see me like messing with it the whole freaking time until I finally pull it back. But I'm going to use this smoothing primer by Makeup Forever that I've been using forever. Haha. I'm the type of person that with primers, I just like kind of keep it until like it runs out if it's working for me. I'm not a big primer trier, first of all because they're pretty expensive. I haven't tried many drugstore ones, but yeah, so I go ahead and just put this pretty much all over my T-zone and like kind of under my eyes, pat it in because it's pretty like thick and silicone-y, so it's supposed to fill in the little lines. And here I am finally just kind of pulling back those annoying hairs. And yeah, so moving on to the eyes. I always do the eyes first, so I like to put the primer on so it seeps in, so by the time I'm done with the eyes, it's like ready for foundation. So just priming the eyes as usual. I use Tarte Shape Tape in light, and then I go in with a translucent powder. I've been doing it with a smaller brush lately to really pack it on, because even though I have dry skin, I can get some creasing on the inner part of my lid, so I've been doing it that way, and it's really been helping. I just use a translucent powder. You can even use like a skin tone eyeshadow. You don't really need to use a powder, but I highly suggest you set it. And then I'm going in with this Plummy Buon Fresco eyeshadow in the Modern Renaissance palette, just to kind of put it in my crease, just to have some color there, since we're going to just do all shimmers on the lid. So I'm going to be using this Morphe like fluffy blending brush and just kind of messily putting it in my crease. I'm not doing anything too like specific or precise. And next up is the I Love Sarai and ColourPop collaboration. This is the Shiki palette that she came out with, and this is that pinky shimmery shade in there. This eyeshadow pretty much inspired this look that I wanted to do, just a shimmery pink lid. It's really pretty, and I really liked how it gave like kind of a wet look, but you'll see at the very end I kind of add other colors to just make it a little more pink. But I did love how this applied, and then I did wet a brush and just kind of apply it a little bit more, and then just went in and kind of took the glitter away from my lid with no product on a blending brush. And then I went with the dark chocolate color in that same palette and just went along my lash line, since I did just want some dimension there. It kind of gives you, it's a little more forgiving when you do lashes when you have a kind of a dark base. So I did do that. I went in with a just small angled brush, and then I go in with a pencil brush to further kind of blend it and smoke it out a little bit more so it's not so harsh. And now I'm going in with some mascara. I am kind of making sure all of my lashes are coated. I'm not doing it just to kind of like make it like lashes. You just want something to stick your lashes to kind of. I'm actually trying to coat them. And then I'm going to be using the Kiss triple like little trio lash, short, medium, and then the extra short. I'm just using the short and the extra short. So I start with the short and I do 2 of them, and I have a space right between them. You can do this however you want, however style you kind of like. If you like it super full, you can add more. If you don't like it, you can add less. So the easiest way I like to do it is just to add the 2 longest ones, kind of not right next to each other, but with the space in between, and then I go back with a shorter one and put it right in the center, and then right at the end, like almost towards the middle, and it just gives like a natural kind of like short to long effect. So I do like to pinch the lash where the glue is. You can kind of see now that I look down, you can see the separation between the 2 lashes that I created right there. So I'm going to add a shorter one right there, and make sure that the glue, I put glue on the little like hole that it has on there so it can kind of get tacky as you're doing this, so you can stick it, like just dip it in there, and then you're ready to pretty much just put it on. So that's the simple thing about these kinds of lashes, is that they're really small, so they're really easy to manipulate, but they are a little bit hard at first. So just go ahead and just use your fingers, whatever you're more comfortable with. And then I just kind of do a little curling action here just to kind of make them look a little more natural, like blended with my lashes. I end up like kind of separating my lashes with some tweezers and like adding a little bit more mascara just to make them look a little bit more like together. And then I'm going to be using one of my favorite foundations. I use the Dewy Smooth Fit Me one, but I know they have a matte and poreless if you're more of an oily girl, so whatever works for you. I love this. I know that every time I use this foundation, like my skin's gonna look bomb. So I am going in with this little Kabuki foundation brush by Morphe. I tend to go back and forth from like Kabuki kind of flat brushes for my foundation and beauty blenders, so it just depends on, I guess, my mood, how I'm feeling, what like is working for me at the moment. So yeah, so today we chose a brush. So then we're going to be moving on to concealer. I'm using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light neutral, and I'm going to be putting concealer pretty much everywhere I need it. So under my eyes, around like my nostril area, I get red, and then just on the sides of my nose to help with nose contour, between my brows, around kind of like my mouth area, you know, all of the areas you want to brighten a little bit. And I'm going to be going in with my G8 brush, and then I'm going to be doing some cream contour. I literally cannot do my makeup anymore without this thing right here. This is Mocha. It's a matchstick by Fenty. I love the color. It looks really nice. And I usually don't do like my concealer all at once, my contour all at once, but here I'm just kind of like putting all my lines, everything all at the same time, since I'm doing more of, you know, a natural look. I'm not like trying to make anything too structured, but the only downfall when you do something like this is that sometimes you don't blend all the way because you just have so much going on your face. You don't focus on like one thing at a time. So on one of the parts of my forehead, you can see that I kind of didn't blend out the cream contour like all the way, but eventually I end up blending it out because I always just like blend as I go, even before I add my finishing sprays and like my setting spray and all that stuff. So eventually by the end of the video it'll look fine, but it'll look a little bit weird. You'll see in a minute. But yeah, so I just blend everything out with this Morphe G3, I think it is. But I love this for cream contour. It just makes it super, super easy. And yeah, so I don't do too much to my nose contour. I just kind of like blend it out. See right there on like the left side of my forehead, it looks like I didn't push it all the way back to my hairline, but it's fine. Like I said, it ends up looking fine. So I just use the same brush that I did my cream contour, and then I go back with the concealer G8 brush to do like the center. And then now I'm using the Naturally Neutral AirSpun translucent powder with this Real Techniques contour brush. It says it's a contour brush, but I always use it for powder like this. I love it. I have dry skin, so I don't usually bake unless like I absolutely need to bake. Now I'm going to be using the powder bronzer inside of the Tarte Pro Glow palette with this angled brush, also by Morphe. And I love this color. It reminds me a lot of the Hoola bronzer as well, and like it's really soft. It goes on really smooth. And with the same brush, I'm going to be going in with my Broken Nutmeg blush by NYX. I love this blush. I think it's time to get a new one. But it just broke, but I mean, it still works. I haven't even hit pan on this thing, and I use it so much. And honestly, don't we all wish we could just cover our face like that and our brows would just be done? Like, wow. A girl can dream, you know? Just going in with some clear brow gel to make them a little bit more zhuzh, you know. I don't like them to be, mine go down, so I have to put some clear brow gel to make them look a little bit more normal. So I'm going to be using the Carly Bible Deluxe palette, and then I'm going to be getting that pink shimmer shade in there. I'm pretty sure it's a highlight, but oh my gosh, I love how it made my lids look like a lot more glossy. It made them look almost wet. It looked really cool. So then I'm going to go in with one of my favorite inner corner highlights for my brow bone and my inner corner, Tempera in the Modern Renaissance palette. And then I'm going to be going in with some mascara on my lower lash line, and surprisingly I didn't put any eyeshadow. I didn't smoke out my lower lash line, nothing, just left it alone. And then I'm going to be going in with an Ofra highlighter, Rodeo Drive, with my Morphe M501 brush. I love this brush for highlighter. I don't use anything else, and I know it looks a little yellow in the pan, this highlighter does, but it goes on really nice. It like goes like really, it's really soft and kind of champagne-y, and it like really pops. I didn't add any like nothing, any Fix Plus, nothing on my highlight to make it like super dewy like this. This is literally how the highlight goes on. I love it when I want something really glowy. So yeah, I just highlighted all of the normal areas of my face, and then probably a little bit more. I never really do my Cupid's bow or my nose like this highlighted, but yeah, today was a special day, I guess. So now I'm going to be going in with some Rose Water by Mario Badescu just to kind of fuse all the powders and creams together, and just make sure it's all dry before you move on. So I'm going to be taking that middle pink shade in the Jaclyn Hill palette and putting that right in the center. It's like a brighter shimmery pink, and I really like how it just made it pop a little bit more. It's exactly what I had like in my head when I was kind of thinking of how I wanted this look to go. And now I'm just wiping my lips off with a makeup wipe to do my lip color. So I didn't do a lip color or a lip liner, I just did a gloss. I'm going in with White Russian by BOXY. This is like the best gloss of life. I love it. It goes on top of lip color so nicely, and it goes good on the lips like by itself too. I love it. I can never go wrong with this gloss. I'm like scraping the bottom of mine, so I need to get a new one ASAP. Alright guys, so that's it for this Valentine's Day look. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. That lets me know that you guys like these kinds of videos, these kinds of tutorials. I did a voiceover today just because the last one I did was a talk through, and I know they can just be like very lengthy when it's a talk through. So I want to do a mixture of like both. So I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!